At the development roadmap and the things which are coming to Sim Update number 11. Sim Update number 11 will be released in parallel to the 40th anniversary edition of Flight Simulator 2020. You can already participate in beta testing for Sim Update number 11. Be aware that that doesn't include the aircrafts, which are, I would say, part of the 40th anniversary edition, such as the gliders, the helicopters, and the many more aircrafts which they announced earlier in, let's say, previous developer updates. The thing is special about, I would say, this Sim Update number 11 is that if you look at the release dates, normally you would see some other aircrafts also being released in parallel, but since the 40th anniversary edition, there are no additional aircrafts, because with the 40th anniversary edition, you will get so many new aircrafts that you will be busy for a few weeks testing all of them. In the feature discovery this week, they showed the details of the gliders. It looked pretty impressive. And next week, they will release or will show you the feature discovery for the helicopters. Those are the two, I'd say, really new things, right? Because gliders is currently, it's only available as, I would say, community or third-party editions, as well as the helicopters, such as the one from the high performance group, the H135, H145. So I'm really looking forward to see how the native helicopters will work. Later this year, that means November, December, they will release the roadmap update for January until March, and do expect some, I would say, news about that coming soon. So if we focus on the wish list from I would say this month, you can see that WASM support for Xbox is still, let's say, on top, right? So they're working on a solution to ensure that you can use the WASM add-ons also on the Xbox platform, which will open the Xbox platform, I would say, hugely, right? So you will get a lot of, I would say, add-ons which you can't use currently. You can use it on the Xbox. Also makes me think of, okay, but how stable will it run? Because sometimes those update or add-ons are causing the issues, but that's not a thing. Then Sim Update number 11. Helicopters are a must. Well, they heard us and they will start supporting helicopters with fine-tuning the flight model controls and assistances. So they're, I'd say, in progress of the final stages of releasing it. Then we've got DirectX 12, which was already released, but there were still some optimizations required. Including some GPU memory fragmentation, and that will be part of Sim Update number 11, but it will not be finished after Sim Update number 11. They will continue to develop it. Then there's the scenery gateway system. They finished an internal test with limited alpha users, and they will, let's say, release it in the coming months. I'm not sure what this will bring to Flight Simulator 2020, but let's see. Then we've got the live traffic improvement. That's also part of Sim Update number 11. So the live traffic will now appear moving on taxi routes, takeoffs and landings, and we reduce the delay for scheduled arrivals and departures. Because in some cases, you were simply stuck on, I would say, one of the airports because there were so many aircrafts. So let's see if that really has improved. Then, of course, the gliders, which we just discussed. Also close to the finish line, we are adjusting the tau plane logic and are fine-tuning the thermals in the simulator. And that's also something which we will discuss in the, I would say, features which have been added to Sim Update number 11. Korean subtitle will be supported in Sim Update number 12. It makes me think of, okay, hey, will we move again to, I would say, Asia for the next world update? Will they focus on Korea, for example? Question mark. Let's see. Hopefully we know soon, and that means soon means December timeframe. Then we've got the taxi sign editor, which is specifically for, I would say, developers. There's now a new editor in the scenery editor to help you create custom signs, including a pre-visualization. Continuing the list with the rendering update, DLSS number 3 and FSR2 DSS number 3. Well, if you want it, you first need to replace your existing graphic card because it requires a special graphic card. And I would say, if you want to replace it, then there's a potential chance that you also need to replace your PSU, right, your power supply. So it will cost you, I would say, a lot of money. But based on the, I would say, release notes and based on the graphics which I saw and also the graphs which they shared, it looks pretty impressive, right? You will go up massive with frames per second if you have these type of cards. But with performance also comes, I would say, a lot of money which you need to have because those cards are not very cheap. Also, they provide FSR 2 as a rendering option on the PC. FSR 2 probably it's, I would say, an AMD feature. I'm not aware of it, but it will also come. Then we've got the CFD visualization. A new command will display the CFD airflow around all CFD activated aircrafts in the simulator, right? That's something which is, I would say, probably only targeting the default aircrafts. There was a video or a developer video I think a few months back where they showed it. It looked pretty impressive. So that will be part of Sim Update number 11. And the back to fly option will also be part of Sim Update number 11. It's a new mapping for height gain depending on the plane situation and current altitude, right? Below 1,000 feet, 5 and 10,000 feet, allowing to quickly adjust one flights in a variety of contexts. So that's easy, for example, for the glider runs, right? If you don't want to start from the runway, and then you can, I would say, start from the air directly. Then the D-pad, they did something about accessibility. They added a front-end navigation support for the keyboard and D-pad users as an accessibility alternative to cursor navigation. And that's, I would say, probably a warm welcome if you're playing Flight Simulator 2020 on the Xbox. Going to the bugs, and I think the list has grown, to be honest. But that's kind of expected. If you look at all the fora, there are still some people experiencing a lot of issues. So first of all, in this list, right, you can see the number of votes, and you can see that a lot is under investigation. 2 of them have started because they were caused by Windows Update, World Update number 11, which is the Vancouver area and the CN Tower, which look worse after the World Update, and that should never be the result, right? That should always be that they are improving. They're also looking at certain issues like the clouds on high have ugly banding. They're looking at some VR things which are not, I would say, working perfectly. Some cloud texture lines which are not perfectly, and several bugs, including the road traffic crossing runway at EGNM. I'm not going to go to all of them because in this case, everything is under investigation, so it's being worked on. The next one is something where you will see the bugs lifetime, right? So these are bugs which are already there for a longer time and also having more votes. For example, the live weather does not match. They've started and they already, let's say, released several improvements, and they will keep doing this in the coming months/weeks. Also, the Garmin G1000, G3000 and autopilot related issues. Work is ongoing. So hopefully they will release a fix soon which fixes the autopilot issues, as well as the fixed photogrammetry for the bridges specifically. Well, they did that, right? Started bridges, it's there. So let's see how that improves, as well as the approach flyback bug, not fixed as stated in Sim Update number 5, which means that we're already, I would say, having 5 Sim updates without a fix or without, say, any improvement. But now they say it's fixed, but unfortunately it does not state where it is fixed, right? So maybe it's Sim Update number 11, not clear. Then the lack of real traffic, 90% less than what's happening. That one has started. And also to prevent the flight planner from reshuffling the plan after adding or ... also has started. So some improvements for the flight planner. The coastline glitches, you see them around the world. That will be, I would say, ongoing based on the world updates. They will, I would say, add some improvements for those. So you will, for example, if they release a new update for, let's say, Brazil or any other country, then they will fix that. The frames per second drop in Sim Update number 9, it has been fixed, as well as the poor performance on the ground, it also has been fixed. Unfortunately, it's not listed where it has been fixed, so that's another thing which would be really nice if they would add that to the list. Then the next one, this one doesn't contain any updates, right? You can see a lot of things. One of them is, I would say, pops out here is the World Update Colombia, because this is the wish list, right? So these are not the things which are bugs, but the things which are, I would say, requested. So World Update Colombia has been planned, so that's interesting. So maybe we hear more about that in the December timeframe. There are also some requests to decrypt the CFG files of the Reno, Local Legends, Famous Flyers, and also aircraft, and here it states not planned. But I thought that I read somewhere that I would say some of the aircrafts were decrypted, but not sure about that. Maybe it was also a rumor. Didn't check it myself, to be honest. Then if we look at the wish list further, we see a lot of things which have been, I would say, accepted and or will be part of some update. So the weather and terrain APIs for aircraft developers, that one has been fixed. And then we of course come to the helicopters. We know it comes with a 40th anniversary update, as well as the improve the AI traffic at airports and in the air. The replay functionality missing. The replay functionality was already there, right? But it didn't work really good. But or was it? No, that was the recording solution. Sorry. So that started. So look forward to it, as well as the DirectX 12. It has already started. You can already select it, but there will still be some issues in it. And here it says effective in sim update number 11. So hopefully then it will work, I would say, a lot better. Then we've got the scenery gateway system, community content, which means that you can add community content easier into the flight sim. That will be in sim update number 12, which will be released in the future. And then we've got the glider sailplane storing, please. Yeah, glider will be there. Also 40th anniversary update. Disappointing mountain terrain that will be fixed during the world updates. And support Korea subtitles that will be added soon, as we saw earlier on one of the other slides. Then the DLSS 3 for NVIDIA, that will be part of sim update number 11, and the seasons have started, right? So winter, summer, etc. So looking forward to that, how they implement that, and how that I would say, how you can change it, but also how it's, would say, being drawn, right? How it looks like when you're flying. Then we've got the wakes for all for AI ships that has been fixed, as well as the thermals up and downdrafts, the realism update. That will be part of sim update number 11. That's probably one of the requirements also for those gliders. Then the next one is the bring back the old events. That one has started, right? That's has also received some, I would say, no comments on my videos. Hey, where can we download them? If you search correctly in the fora, you will find zips where you can re-download them. But the question is, of course, how legal is that? Well, I'm not sure about that, to be honest. But it looks like that they're now looking into this to bring them back, and that will be, I would say, good, right? It should be, I would say, to be honest, I don't understand why they simply removed him after they I would say, release a new world update or sim update. Doesn't make sense, right? Simply leave them available so people can try them. Then we've got the realistic propeller effects. The flight model, it has been started. The fix the photogrammetry bridges so that they are not solid underneath. Yeah, that's sometimes if you try to fly under a bridge, well, sorry, you crashed. That will be done as part of many releases, as well as the World Update Europe. Yeah, again, many updates, right? It really depends on how many world parts they are updating. We know that several parts of Europe already received an update. Even, I would say, Europe was one of those cities, I would say, continents, that's the best word, which received already its first city update. Right, it was released during, one of the game events in Germany. So really cool to see. So also wondering which one will be the next city update. So this is everything, right? So a lot of information, a lot of changes. Again, if you want to participate in sim update number 11, then you can subscribe for that. Be aware that this is a beta update, so be aware that you can hit some issues, which you then can report back to Asobo so that they are aware of it and can investigate it. Here ends the video. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, then consider to use the like button. If you got questions or comments, then feel free to post them in the comment box below. And if you want to stay up to date about new videos I'm posting, then make sure that you're subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.